knowing that you're getting fair market value for your house, or a value that you can live with if you're going to sell it.
We're excited to help agents all over the world. It's going to be fun.
This flooring is from President Madison's house. They refurbished it and...
President Madison?
Yeah.
I am always blown away when I meet new salespeople, especially real estate agents, who post on Instagram once a month. And they say, well, that's not really me. Well, then the job isn't really you.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Welcome back to Your American Dream. I say your because these are stories for you and by you. We're sharing positive stories week by week and hoping to make a lasting impact on the nation. Today we have an incredible adventure with co-hosts Craig Sewing and Tawny Vargas. We're going to be exploring a property in Rancho Santa Fe with unprecedented entertainment value. Check it out.
We have an extra special surprise today because Jenna invited us out to Hacienda del Corazon.
House of the Heart.
Say it in Spanish. We're in San Diego.
Hacienda del Corazon.
So terrible.
I know, I sound so white. Which
One more time.
I know what it means, the house, the heart of the house, house of the heart. My understanding is when we find it, it's
My
going to be a
understanding is we were
massive
supposed to
estate.
take a right, like 6 rights ago, but that's okay.
Well, at least it's a nice neighborhood to be driving around.
Rancho Santa Fe. We got a horse arena.
That's right, Jenna did tell me we're going to get the ride of our life here, so I don't even know what that means. I imagine, hey look, there's a horse sign.
We're getting close.
Yeah, that's got to mean something.
I can feel the love.
I can
the
feel the
hotel.
whiskey bar.
Hacienda del Corazon. You could smell the whiskey. I think it is.
Is it?
I see roses.
I see a awesome estate. Wow. Wow. Mark here. I can't wait to go in.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Game time. Ready to show me around?
I thought you were showing me around.
Let's go.
That is an unbelievable property in Rancho Santa Fe, California. At 12,000 square feet, we were probably going to get lost, but before we do, we had an amazing interview with New York's Ryan Serhant, also the star of Bravo's $1 Million Listing, and he dropped some incredible knowledge on us. So get a pen and paper and get ready to take some notes, only on The American Dream.
I'm Kara Kay with The American Dream. I get to meet with Ryan Serhant of $1 Million Listing. It's an exclusive interview and it's one you won't want to miss. Thank you again for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
With the wine in the wine room.
It couldn't be classier, in my opinion.
I know, it's very classy. I should have worn a tie.
So I know that you know the importance of TV and media. How important do you think that is in real estate today?
I think media is incredibly important in all businesses. I think any business that does anything for marketing in any way, shape, or form is now a media company. I mean, if you're a real estate brokerage like I am in New York City, we don't build the apartments, we don't build the buildings. We're not really real estate brokers, we're media brokers, right? I find different ways to market my properties via media. And so for me, television has been huge.
Sure, I think you, of all people, know the importance of getting exposure to listings, which is why you've gotten into TV and media. Now talk about the transition into how important it is to be social as well as on TV.
Yeah, I think that if you're a salesperson, right, which is what the book is for, is anybody who sells anything, you're really selling yourself, right? You're creating a relationship. You sometimes have to talk about the product. Sometimes you have to go into the price. Sometimes you have to go into the features. You need to have all that information, but that's what you need to do. That's the job, right? Everything else, especially through social media, especially through different forms of media, is building that relationship passively, right? This, you and I talking right now, is an active communication, building a relationship. Right. But I can hit so many more people through social,
right,
through YouTube, through LinkedIn articles. People talk about passive income all the time. For salespeople and for a lot of people in our generation, kind of the gig generation, we have passive relationships, our passive income, because those will turn into other sources of work for us down the line, and we just don't even know what they are.
If you are talking to a realtor who really wants to make it tomorrow and in the future, what advice would you give them?
I am always blown away when I meet new salespeople, especially real estate agents, who post on Instagram once a month, who aren't doing anything on YouTube or on Facebook or on Twitter, and they say, well, that's not really me. Well, then the job isn't really you. You can't sit there and complain about not having business or sit there and complain about how the market's so tough if you're not actively doing things that are under your control. And what's under your control is putting out media. There's so many different places to absorb content these days, and so many real places to hit real people, to target them directly in your neighborhood, on your block, like that age group. And it's all about consistency.
Are you ready to cheers to your book and all your success?
Sure.
Okay.
Are we drinking this?
Yeah,
Are we chugging
I know
it?
nothing about wine.
So we're cheersing to the American Dream?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that again.
Okay.
So it's for real.
Okay, cheers.
All right.
To the American Dream.
It doesn't get any better than Ryan Serhant. I mean, there is a reason why millions of people follow him every single week. We're lucky to have him on the show. And right now, we're gonna go back to Rancho Santa Fe and see what Craig and Tawny are up to. Check it out.
Now this is an estate. This is an entertainer's dream. Tawny, can I saddle up with you?
Sure.
In this full bar?
Have you ever seen an estate with its own saloon?
No, I've never been in a place like this. This flooring is from President Madison's house. They refurbished it and...
President Madison?
Yeah. So like from his house, this flooring from his house is now in this pad that we're sitting right now in front of this bar.
Well, I think I'm feeling a little presidential.
Yeah?
So I think this calls for a shot.
Shot, cocktail, shot, right, let's do it. I mean, we wouldn't be doing this bar justice if we didn't take a shot.
Well, I'm feeling classy, so how about the bad stuff?
All right, coming right up. 2 shots of bad stuff.
It's a classic.
Here I have your bad stuff. So I'm gonna pour us a couple shots, but I mean, could you imagine hosting a party here? This could serve hundreds of people.
And if this is your house, you're gonna be the most popular kid, and I promise you, everybody's gonna come party at your house.
Well, this is a great place to host them.
A few more of these, I think you'll be dancing on that stage over there.
I might get on that stage. Depends how we have to get along with the horse arena a little bit later, though.
Oh, yeah?
Check that out later. Do some things out there, have some fun.
Some things?
Yeah,
Let's have
do
some
some
fun.
things. It ain't my first rodeo.
In the midst of the darkest night,
Hacienda del Corazon is a classic property in Rancho Santa Fe.
chains that were holding me. You sent your son down to set me free. Everything
This property was originally constructed around the same idea of lifestyle that Rancho Santa Fe was founded on, and that is a simpler and a slower lifestyle.
Every time I walk through this house, I see another detail that blows my mind, but my favorite part about the home is that there's this incredible indoor-outdoor space that is accessible in every room. Living in Southern California and having so many beautiful sunny days, it's wonderful to be able to have all of your doors and windows open.
Floors from President Madison in your own private saloon. These are the sorts of things that I didn't even know I wanted until I saw them. This is an amazing way to entertain, but right now we're gonna check out how they entertain in your city.
And welcome back to the American Dream. My next guest is Jay Nelson, a top realtor and team leader of the Jay Nelson real estate team with eXp Realty. Jay, great to see you again.
How you doing, Jen? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Jay. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about eXp Realty. I know that it follows an agent-centric model, really the first of its kind. What makes this company so different?
Jen, it's unbelievable. You know, what makes eXp so different for agents, and first of all, I mean, it's all about our clients. We want to take care of our clients, our customers, people that we're listing for, but we're a cloud-based brokerage. But on the flip side of that, I look at it like being in a cloud brokerage gives me more time to spend with my clients and less time in a brick and mortar building. But the cool thing about it is when I talk about agent-centric, in the normal models, you have two sides of the table. You have the agents over here selling the houses, which I love, and that's really one of my, it's what I've been doing for, 17 years of my career. And the other side is the brokerage. And usually it's separated. So you've got the agent selling and the broker owner owning, and eXp takes that and lets the agent still sell, but lets the agents have a piece of the brokerage pie over here on this side. So it's awesome.
It's a win-win. When you first came on board in Nashville, Jay, I know that you were just one of 4. What are your numbers now?
Well, we've grown eXp in Nashville to almost 250 agents, and we're bringing on a lot of top producers, a lot of people that have been at the other brokerages. It's nothing against the other brokerages. There's a lot of great brands. I was with RE/MAX for 13 years and was actually an owner, but what people are seeing is they just want to get over on this side of the table on the ownership side, and that's really what eXp is about. But 250 agents in Nashville now.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, we're talking about Nashville, but let's expand a little bit. Let's talk about nationwide. What is eXp Realty doing there?
Oh my goodness, it's crazy. So on December 31st of this last year, so when you were doing your Christmas party, or excuse me, your New Year's Eve party, Jen, we had 6,500 agents across the United States and Canada, and we actually just the other day clipped 14,000 agents. So we more than doubled the size of the company, and that's with a lot of top players coming on board. So it's just explosive, and the agents are loving it, and the growth is like nothing the industry's ever seen before on the brokerage side.
And you've really likened it to Uber. Tell us a little bit more about that comparison.
I mean, I think it goes like this. A lot of people don't understand this, but the Yellow Cab company is a franchise model, along with Allied and Checker Cab. And then Uber comes up and creates this technology that allows the drivers to drive their own cars, right? So that's what's happening with eXp. It allows the agents to have, a piece of the brokerage. So it's very similar in that. And I always tell people, Jen, 8.5 years ago, Uber came onto the field. Everybody was saying, hey, let's grab a cab 8.5 years ago. And now if I asked everybody, let's go downtown to Nashville, they would say, hey, let's grab an Uber. So the speed of the internet and the growth rate is really what eXp is doing too.
Do you think that eXp is eventually going to dominate the entire industry?
Oh, I have no doubt. I mean, our numbers are already backing that up. Like I said, there's never been a company double in size in 10 months ever. And wow. The numbers are still coming in, so it's awesome.
That's incredible, especially when right now you're saying it's the new kid on the block. Congratulations with all of your success.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to continue. Thank you so much, Jay, for your time.
We're excited to help agents all over the world. It's going to be fun.
And we will be right back with more of the American Dream.
Never been in a horse stable in California before. I've been in a lot of real estate, but nothing like this. This is cool.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I grew up in horses all my life. And this is honestly one of the coolest.
So Jenna is going to show us around, take us on some of these horses, but I'm kind of noticing there's not any here. This thing could hold 7 or 8 of them, I think.
Yeah, it could hold you. You could live here.
I could live here. All right, well, you're the one who grew up in a barn. So what about these horses? All right, and there she is. Hey, Jenna.
Hi. I know. I promised you guys horses, and there are no horses here today. But the good news is the owners took them down to the Del Mar racetrack, and we have the whole place to ourselves, and I have something super exciting planned. We have 400 horses up at the garage.
400 horses in the garage. All right.
Check it
Well,
out.
let's check it out. All right.
So this is what I really wanted to show you, the
Wow.
toy garage.
What a garage, a lot of toys.
We have motorcycles, motorized bicycles,
Yep.
a classic Chevelle.
This is a beast. Now this is a nice car. I don't even want to touch it because I don't want to get my fingerprints on it.
But what you get to go out and have some fun with is this Razor.
So this is the horses.
This is it.
So I get to drive this?
Go have fun.
All right. Can I bring Tawny with me?
Of course.
Wow.
Go rip it
All
up.
right. Let's go cruising this beast. I'm gonna go grab Tawny and we're gonna go tear it up.
Now, remember, be gentle. The owners aren't here.
All right, got it. Giddy up. Let's do this.
If you would take all the posters on my walls growing up as a kid and put all the cars together, it would be that garage. I mean, that property is absolutely amazing and something that dreams are made of. But right now, we're going to check out your agent in your city.
And welcome back to the show. We are now joined by Chris Corriveau. He is the president of Midtown Title. Chris, great to see you again.
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Chris, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely, our pleasure. So, Chris, we're hearing more and more about companies right now that are doing direct buying. They're offering quick cash sale programs. What exactly are these types of programs, and are you seeing a lot of these kinds of transactions in the Nashville market?
You know, we are starting to see a lot of these types of transactions in the Nashville market. It used to just be local companies who would try to buy these types of houses, but they would do that on a very, very small scale with limited funding. So what we're seeing now is national companies, even global companies, that are moving into the United States with global funding that are out buying properties on a mass scale. The gist of it is basically they'll make a cash offer on a house, purchase the house, fix it up, and either resell it or use it for rental purposes.
All right, we're going to talk about some of the pros and cons here, Chris. First, tell me about some of the benefits that sellers can expect to receive if they are using a quick cash sale program.
Yeah, so I always liken these programs to if you have a car that you're trying to trade in, okay? So you no longer like your car anymore and you want to get rid of it. You go to the dealership and they're going to make you an offer on your car right there on the spot. Now, if you were to sell your car through a private party transaction, you could get more money for the house if you were to outright sell it with a realtor or just even a for sale by owner. But because you want a quick sale and you're looking to move on, there's usually a small price to pay for that. And that has to do with the value that's paid for the house.
So what about some of the potential pitfalls? Is this just too good to be true?
No, I don't think so. I think that we're going to start seeing more and more of these. You know, the biggest pitfall that I would say that people would have is just knowing that you're getting fair market value for your house or a value that you can live with if you're going to sell it. There's also costs associated with this, so it's not like you just turn the house over and walk away from it. The other thing that I've kind of seen on some of the pitfalls is that once these companies will come out and make an inspection of the property, they could come back to the potential homeowner and give them a list of demands of stuff that they want fixed before they would acquire the house, which could become pricey for some folks and not be able to afford to do the transaction itself. But for the most part, people have had good luck with these. I think we're going to continue to see this kind of market grow. I think we're going to continue to see people utilizing these types of services because the technology now is just more available than ever before, especially when it comes to values.
I wanted to give you, Chris, an opportunity, though, to talk about, we're going to shift gears a little bit, talk about another office that you acquired, your fifth now, is that right?
That's right. So yes, we've recently acquired a company in Hermitage, Tennessee. So our main office is in downtown Nashville, but we do have satellite offices in Murfreesboro, Franklin, Hendersonville, and now Hermitage. So we are growing as a company, which is great, but we still are focused on the same great service that our clients have grown accustomed to receiving. So don't let the size of our company fool anybody. You're still going to get that great service that you're used to getting.
Absolutely. Chris, thank you so much for your time today.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a good day.
And be sure to stick around. We'll be right back with more of the show.
Well, that's it for this episode of The American Dream. I don't know how I ended up in the studio when Craig and Tawny got to ride that thing out in Rancho Santa Fe. Either way, if you have a property that you think would be perfect for the American Dream, or you have a story that you think that we should shoot out all over the nation, we would love to hear from you. And until the next episode, I hope you keep dreaming, and thanks for stopping by.
Till you come back home.